So you want to own a business in The Sims 4. Here we are, and we're gonna have a veterinary clinic. This is Pixie Willows, and I am in The Sims 4 here to show you one of the many ways that you can own a business. Also, maybe give you some other ideas for a business to own. The veterinary clinic is one of several that you can own. Let's go ahead and dive right in. You can own a veterinary business. You can own a restaurant. You can own a retail store, meaning clothing, a bakery, flowers, coffee shop, any number of those combinations. You can own a photography studio. You can own a what was the other one that I just thought of? A painting. You know, you can have your own art studio, whether it be for photographs, taking pictures of other Sims, or for painting and selling your paintings. These are some of the ideas, and I'm sure there are other things I'm not thinking of. I have chosen a place in Windenburg. It has its own bedroom upstairs, bedroom, kitchen. So basically, even though my Sim has a place also in Windenburg, I can bulldoze it if I want to, or not, but she is going to be living here. We will have our Pooch King join us here, and he will stay here also. And so then basically what you want to do is you want to make sure of like your settings for your restaurant, your vet clinic, whatever the case may be. This is, you know, price markup, advertising. I would not recommend starting out with any advertising because that's how much it costs. Price markup, you would probably want to start out at 150. Shop supply quality. Inevitably, you'll open something up that gives better quality, things. Medicines, that type of thing, and you'll want to increase that because then you can increase your prices if you wish to. Manage employees. Basically, if you want to start out and hire other vets right now, this is who you would have, and this is the stats that they come with, basically. And I wonder why it's not showing me. They're with each thing. Charisma typically has something to do with each one of those things. Also, if you look down underneath Zoe Patel's name, you'll see the veterinary signal. Jeez, the veterinary icon, the charisma, the handiness. Those dictate, how well versed or how talented they are in that. So, as a veterinarian, none of them, except for Supria Delgado. She would definitely be someone that you want to hire as a vet in your veterinary clinic because she has a higher veterinary skill. Then you would want to hire somebody that has higher charisma, or the basically, I think, what is it? We'll go ahead and do it, but normally I wouldn't even start out with hiring anybody. I would try and do it on my own initially because that's just money taken until you get a feel for what you're doing. But let's go ahead and we'll hire her. Now, basically what you can do is once you've hired them, you can look at it. Influences effectiveness of pet exams and treatments. Influences the employee's greetings and bedside manner. And this influences efficiency of employees cleaning and repairing broken machinery. Okay, and hire right now. Okay, so there's view last finances. You can see like the customer reviews right here. Okay, the perks that you can buy, an additional vet. These are things that as you're treating customers that you will get vet perks. I almost said pet perks. And then of course, if you want to transfer funds, opening and closing. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. This is the veterinary clinic opening. All right. So let's call him over because this is where we're going to be living. Let's make sure of, oh yes, also this door needs to be locked for everybody, but locked door for everyone but household. All right, and I believe that's the only way to get in here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our employee and we're going to manage her and we will pay for training for her. Okay. Typically what you can do is you can open the shop and keep the door locked until you're done doing this. Or you can refuse new patients towards the end of what your workday would be and then talk to your employees before you close. But I wouldn't do it while you're working because typically you won't even be able to talk to them. Let's see, fill all pet bowls. Yes. When someone comes in and they have a star over their head, it means that they've signed in, right? So then you go over to the patient and greet the patient. This is all trial and error. You can greet the owner or the patient. Typically, I greet the animal. And this is what the owner tells you. Even though you're greeting the animal, the owner then tells you. Blue means the world to me, and she's been feeling awful lately. Whatever you can do to help will be greatly appreciated. And actually, Blue is Supra's pet. That is so funny that her husband brought her or him in. All right, so then after you've done that, you've agreed to treat the patient. So automatically the patient will come over with you to the table that your sim will go to. And you will click on, and if they were upset, you can see in the upper left hand corner, you will calm them. If they're not, then you're going to examine them. Check their chart is typically what I do. You don't have to do that first. It's just, you know, a common practice that I do first. Okay, so then once you've checked the chart, you can take their temperature. The higher you go in skill, the faster you'll be able to diagnose something. Okay? Skin for inspection. Okay. We did the skin for inspection. We found out nothing. So let's see. Let's listen to the breathing.
Oh.
What the heck? Oh, my dog. That is so funny. I'm like, who is in the bushes? All right, so after this, we are disallow new customers because I didn't realize the time of day in the game. He went after a bird. That is so funny. Okay, so we still haven't found anything. Now the patient is a little upset, so calm pet. You see the yellow line up here? She's more than a little. Blue is a little more than upset. That's what I get for being distracted, right?
Yellery, Fribon. Melavoy.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do after this is examine mouth, I think it said. So you get the gist of it. Basically, you go through until it's diagnosed. So now we know what it is. Blazing tootsies. We need to calm her again. Okay? I think Blue is a girl. You definitely don't want them not to be calm because then you'll get bad reviews and they'll react poorly to you. So you just take a couple extra minutes. There she goes. Now, so we know what the problem is, blazing tootsies, and see how there's a thumbs up and then thumbs down. This is what you need to give. So now you're level 2. Sweet. Then you typically go over to the owner and charge them. And that's that. And then you have your review from them and they're done and you don't have to keep talking to them if you don't want to. And you can either then go over and mop. You know, if you had more veterinarians, you can ask a veterinarian, another veterinarian to mop or clean, or you can tell them to
Yes.
craft only, to not treat patients,
Huh.
that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So we're
Soyam.
cleaning up.
Ah. Hibia. Meskabor.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Lamita. Kanaya.
We're going to wait until Supra is done with,
Melvo.
Supriya is done, and then we will
Yellery.
close.
Frabum.
If you close while they're still
Sevamore.
doing it, they will stop
Sevamore.
where they stand and
Arvini.
not finish treating the patient. There
Arvini.
we go.
Marie
So
Koshima.
she's better. Let's go ahead
Oh,
and
well.
Rosie is better, I mean, the dog. Rosie the dog. And we're going to close. All right. So here is our review. Wages owed, you know, so basically we kind of lost some money today if you look at it. No, we didn't lose money. We actually earned money. I'm sorry. I was looking at the negative. Um, Wages owed was 50, treatments was 411, net profit 361. You definitely need to be careful with that, depending on how many employees you have, how many raises you give the employees and who or whatever. That kind of thing. All right. The ambiance, it says try cleaning up your clinic or adding better furnishings. They're never happy. I mean, basically, it's like anything in a game. You'll have people happy, you'll have people unhappy. There are always going to be tips and tricks. Rarely will you have all of these be positive. Rarely. But if you've ever had them all positive and consistently positive and you're watching this, feel free to let me know how you did it, what you did, etc. Value of service, try lowering your price markup, raising the quality of your supplies, or both. Wait time, your vet clinic has very short wait times, which are great for those customers needing urgent care. Okay? So now we're closed. And that, my friends, was owning a business in The Sims 4. The only other thing you can do is sometimes you'll make more money by not being there, meaning not having your hands in what's going on, like especially with the veterinary clinic. I don't know about the retail stores, but I typically will make better money and get better reviews when my sim is not there. Maybe it's just me, but things usually go more smoothly when the boss isn't around flustering the employees. Am I right? Okay, so this is Pixie Willows in The Sims 4, owning a business. Please smack that subscribe button and like button, and you know, ring the bell for the alerts. Thank you so much for watching. Play it your way.